I've been coaching for this will be 21 years, and so to be back here is just really cool. I had great memories here, and being able to kind of see what could and should be and getting to be part of that is a lot of fun. And then obviously my kids will go to school here, so it's kind of home.
And to be able to come back and, you have all this experience, whether it's from NAIA, Division II, Willard, what are you taking away from all of these prior experiences and putting into this program?
Yeah, that's a good question. You sometimes you learn a lot, and you're like, what should I do? The biggest part is the relationship with the kids, and that's the same anywhere. And that's been a lot of fun, getting to know the guys. The other thing is putting a staff together. We're blessed with really good coaches, and it's been late in the game, so this has been a blessing. And then, you're only as good as how good your players are. And these kids have really responded, and we've got some good players. So we'll see. I do things a little differently, so there's some learning curve, but it's been fun.
And the differences being in the offensive side of things. I know won't be throwing the ball as much, and you have a junior quarterback who's starting as a sophomore. So how are you going to be utilizing him this season? And I know you have some running backs, wide receivers that you're really confident in.
Yeah, so one of the coaches that's been with me the longest is our running backs coach, and none of these kids have ever played running back. So we have really no idea. There's no he was really good in 8th grade, or he was really good in. So it'll be interesting. It's kind of fun. We think some guys have great potential. And Cash has done a good job of adjusting. I think some of the pressure will be off of him because he doesn't have to make a play every time. So, he's been really responsive, and he's faster than I kind of anticipated. So that's a good sign.
How are you guys filling in the defensive hole with Kellen Lindstrom, who just graduated and is off in Tennessee?
Yeah, I would have liked to have coached him. That would have been fun. I just watched film on him. He's special. It's not easy, and we're going to do things a little differently. Coach Rehagen is our defensive coordinator, and was at Nixa as a head coach, and we've had to kind of change based on what we have. You got to kind of change your scheme a little bit to fit our guys and put them in success. So I think we've done that. I think they'll have success with it. We hope.
So far from what you've seen from these guys, I know it's really early on, but we're only a week out from the Jamboree. What are you liking from the squad, and are there any things that you're really trying to tweak?
How to develop. We try to play tough and try to develop that toughness, in the run game and defensively. That's a hard thing to cultivate. And nothing against the kids. It's just we're asking them to do something that they haven't done before. And just the perseverance that it takes to play football. We've lost a lot of guys, a lot of seniors last year. We don't have a lot of experience. So what's going to happen when they get hit in the mouth on a Friday night? And so that's something that you can't really simulate in practice. We've tried to do that. So we're going to have a surprise. But they know that their coaches care about them, and we love them. So I think that brings us together regardless.
Conference realignment was a huge topic last year. It doesn't impact you guys too much. You're going to see some newer schools, and also coming from Willard, that's got to be beneficial because you've seen a lot of these squads before. So going into this with a little bit of change, what are you expecting?
Yeah, this will be really interesting. The Ozark Conference was good, talented. Central Ozark, just a lot of more defensive linemen, offensive linemen, where they're just bigger kids. We'll see. I think it's still football. I think the speed of the game, every game will be faster, but the kids will have to respond and play really hard. The coaches in the Central Ozark Conference are really good, and the staffs are bigger. You just got a lot more facilities, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. It'll be fun.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention?
I'm glad to be here. I will say this: it is really good, and when you come into a spot, you're always how are you going to be welcomed and everything. It's been really cool. The administration's been really fun, and I'm passionate about SPS. Sometimes SPS it's Springfield Public Schools. I love it, man. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad to be in Springfield. It's good.
Once a Falcon, always a Falcon.
Yeah, it's true.